539 touchdown passes, 71,940 passing yards, 200 victories, 5-time National Football League MVP, and 2-time Super Bowl champion. These are only a fraction of the things Peyton Manning was able to achieve throughout his NFL career. During his 18 seasons in the NFL, Peyton Manning gave every ounce of his physical and mental being to the game of football. And because of his outstanding effort, he was able to revolutionize his sport and impact the lives of everyone around him. He wasn't just an incredible football player, though. He was also an incredible man that served as a role model to football fans young and old. And despite my love for the Kansas City Chiefs, I've come to admire Peyton, and as a sports nerd, I've spent years studying just how he goes about his business. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about what I've learned from him that has inspired me the most. He's an extremely intelligent man that devotes his mind to his craft and does whatever he can to perfect it. And he's also an extremely humble man whose dedication to the game that he loves and, more importantly, his teammates is undeniable. In sports, many men are referred to as freaks of nature because of their outstanding physical abilities, but Peyton was a little bit different. He was considered to be a freak of his mind just because he was that smart. He essentially reinvented the way that NFL teams prepare to play their opponents on a week-to-week basis. Instead of studying just the big picture, he decided to study smaller details that no one had ever looked at before. And because of that, he was able to pick apart his opponents to beat them often and very convincingly. But his knowledge of the game extended far beyond just his position at quarterback. At practice, he was known to recognize talent in his younger teammates and even help coach them to reach their full potential, even though some of them played positions that he had never played before. Despite his incredible knowledge of the game and his talent, he never made himself out to be bigger than any other player out there. Being arguably the greatest quarterback of all time, it would be a little bit easy to glamorize yourself, but that's not what Peyton Manning did at all. In his first season ever, he threw more interceptions than anyone ever had in their first season. And instead of highlighting the fact that he was only a rookie and had no experience, he immediately held himself accountable for his mistakes and made it clear that he wanted to be better for not himself, but his team. And this past season, the Denver Broncos won Super Bowl 50. Because it was his last season, there was a lot of speculation around him, and there was a lot of media attention that he just didn't want. He wanted it to be about the Denver Broncos' road to glory, not Peyton Manning's retirement. So what he did was he kept his focus on his teammates, kept his head low, and kept working hard, because that's what was most important to him, was helping his team win. And despite Denver's incredible season, Peyton Manning actually contributed very little to the team's success, which was something that he wasn't used to at all. From start to finish, he battled injuries and played by far some of the worst games of his career. So it was after the 2015 season that he decided it would be best for him and his teammates for him to retire from football. Although I've never had the opportunity to meet Peyton Manning, he's impacted my life in many ways. He was able to harness the power of his mind to perfect his craft and be the best that he could be at what he loves, and I think that's something that we all can learn from. And his character made him not only good at what he loved, it made him impactful to the people around him while he did what he loved, and that just made him, that really just adds to his legacy and who he is as a person. So the touchdown passes, the yards, the big wins, and all the records that he holds are only a very small chapter of Peyton Manning's storybook NFL career that will forever be remembered and cherished in the world of sports.